Hi, everybody. Yes, indeed. It's another Keto Under 20 day at Sarah's Pearls of Wisdom and Food channel. Don't we love this? This Miss Joyce got me this bathrobe. She's very creative and inventive and always gives me, it's like she's in my head and she gets me things that I never would treat myself to, like this bathrobe and my mug and other goodies. Thank you, Miss Joyce. And my Undoctored. She sent me that book the other day. Well, here we are, and it is November, and we are hopefully keeping it reined in this influx of CRAP food, carby food, sugary food, unhealthy fats, and all the like that happen this time of year, even though we used to love the favorites. If it's your first year, if this is your first holiday season, which seems to last 5 months from Halloween all the way through to Valentine's Day, and then in another month it'll be Easter. But it's a very treacherous minefield of temptations. And so if it is your first season, and maybe even your 8th season of doing keto or carnivore, some things could sing out to you. I was very, very fortunate in that my triggers and cravings for sugar ended in like week 2. And I didn't even think I was a sugar addict until, memories started creeping back in about cans of frosting and bowls of chocolate chip cookie dough. And oops, I don't mean to say those things to trigger, but the things that I used to eat that were nothing but sugar and carbs and the like. And now I don't even see them. When I post something that Greg is eating, like I did a couple days ago with my OMAD and then Greg's OMAD, people say, how do you sit around that food and not want it? I don't even see it anymore. It's not food to me. Isn't that? It's really funny how that ends up. I start getting salivating tastes and wants and everything else from eating my meat and my little eensy little salad of lettuce leaves with my melted ghee and my macadamia nut oil. It is so simple, but it really is so, so, so tasty that I just look forward to it the 5 days of the week that I have it. Tonight is keto pizza night, so it's not, there's no veggies involved, except I guess you would say the ragu pizza sauce that I put on it, but I don't put a lot on it. So it's kind of a carnivore's delight because I bought all these uncured cold cuts, capicola and chorizo and Genoa salami and Corando hot ham, along with the uncured pepperoni. And yes, it's going to be a mighty, mighty tasty keto pizza, and I love it. Just an explosion of wonderful things. Now, I might have mentioned that I gave up my beloved red pepper flakes, and I was having very troubling digestive issues the night that I ate it, and I would do an overnight, so I'd be awake, so it would be uncomfortable feelings and in my digestive tract, and I guess the pepper flakes were really probably irritating my stomach lining. I love them so much. I know I probably overdid them. So now I'm not having them anymore. I've also given up my sweeteners in my coffee. And this is just all naturally occurring. I'm not setting out to with a date on the calendar circled and a Sharpie saying, this is the day. I don't do that anymore. It's just wild. So into my coffees every day, I've also cut the ghee in half. And I usually have 2 high octane, meaning undecaffeinated coffees, and 1 decaffeinated. And I've got the organic Gorilla decaf coffees from Amazon. And if you're a strong coffee drinker, these are delicious. And it's like you never even it's like it still has all the caffeine in it, so it's totally delightful. So now I'm putting a half a tablespoon into my 2 or 3 coffees each day. So I've cut my ghee, my fats in my coffee in half. I do have my 30 grams of heavy whipping cream though, and I don't seem to suffer greatly from that input of dairy. So I guess I'm fortunate. I was just reading a posting in another Keto Carnivores person's Facebook page, and they were talking about pork, and people were talking about all the difficulties they have with it. And I don't think I experience any difficulties with pork. Do any of you have the difficulties with pork? It doesn't seem to happen that way. Well, yesterday was a meat bonanza for me. I had so much fun. I got ribeye steaks with so much fat. It's wonderful. Then I got those chuck steaks, and I guess they're about the size of the palm of my hand, filled with fat. And I'm going to be having those cooked on the big green egg. I also got the Animal Welfare #1 pork spare ribs, and those are slowly heating in the oven, and Greg will finish them off on the big green egg tomorrow. And 2 fillets that look absolutely delicious. Let me see that I got. And some beef short ribs, some spare ribs. Oh, yeah, 2 packages of spare ribs, one from Market Basket, one from Whole Foods. Yeah, yummy pieces of meat. And so there will be a lot of that going on here this weekend with the big green egg. And I'm enjoying my Monday through Friday Carnivish food plan. And then today will be the keto pizza that I aforementioned. And tomorrow is the big green egg cooking. So we will have our fatty ribeyes. And I will have Brussels sprouts and 2 ounces of cauliflower crumbles. So I've really reduced my veggies on big green egg day as well. No more asparagus for me. Do I miss these things that I'm slowly eliminating? Well, I never thought I'd give up sugar or sweetener in my coffee, ever. And red pepper flakes, I didn't realize they were a problem until I gave them up. And then I realized, oh, that was the problem. I'm not using a whole bunch of spices. I'm not using cracked black pepper anymore. I don't know if that's a protagonist in my tummy or not, but I've given that up, and I just have the Redmond Ancient salt grains on my OMAD, and I look forward to that. And then pink Himalayan in my water and in my coffee. And then the Fourth and Heart ghee that I use is also pink Himalayan. So I'm excited. I've decided to keep my whole lemon squeezed on my electrolyte mix that I have every morning. And that just takes care of having some citrus and having my electrolytes in the morning. And then I have a 1/4 teaspoon of the low salt or the no salt granules, like the salt, in my second glass of water with lemon in it at noonish with my supplements. And the supplements have been greatly decreased. I told you I went into my supplement box, which is like this, and I put great big X's on the ones that I don't take anymore. Turmeric, cinnamon. I know there's magnesium, potassium, caplets, because I don't know what the fillers are in these darn things. And I guess finally I said, you know what? I think maybe the fillers could have as much damaging things in them that are unknown as having too much of something or having the spices. So I've X'd those out as well. And gosh, I'm feeling good. The energy is from nowhere I ever expected. And you know what? It's like kind of like having a fancy car, like a Lamborghini or something like that, or a Tesla. And it's just like this nice, even flow of abundant energy. It's not a wicked spurt like how it used to be when I OD'd on sugar and carbs, where you'd have that wee sugar and then the plummet to earth crash. No, it's just this nice steady flow of energy for like dumb little projects like my Salvation Army run with all my kitchen gadgets that I no longer use, or they're duplicates or triplicates of everything. It's just crazy. And you don't notice until you notice, and then once you notice, you go, how did I let it get to this? Well, now I need to do that with bedding and linens and things like that as well. How many sets of Martha Stewart flannel sheets do I need when I don't use flannel sheets anymore? The answer is it's better that I bring them to Salvation Army and somebody else gets some use out of them. I paid good money for a lot of these linens. Most of them are Martha Stewart, and but I just don't use them anymore. I've kind of found the winter bedding set and the warmer season bedding set, and it all just works. And that's no different than doing my carnivish way of eating. It's like the things get narrowed. I also did a coffee run to a food pantry, and it was with all kinds of flavored coffees that I used to think I liked. And then they started just leaving a chemical taste in my mouth. And these were good, expensive Starbucky ones too. And off they went, all the Keurig pods and the boxes and the bags of coffee that like I don't use anymore. I pretty much found my organic and my Vita Cup, and I'm very happy with them. So it's just interesting little give ups that came from nowhere. Maybe other people find the same sort of thing when you start shedding things that you don't really need, use, want anymore. And the diet just gets cleaner and tighter and easier to maintain. Am I bored? Heck no. What I find that I'm doing is, except for the big green egg with the ribeye, is that Monday through Friday, I will have like 2 varieties of a protein. Like the other day, I had a sweet Italian sausage from Whole Foods with the spare ribs from Whole Foods. And then other days I'll have, like I just got the chuck steaks, the perfect little size, and I'll have that with like maybe the chuck roast cooked or leftover spare ribs, or maybe a chicken thigh, something like that, or a couple of hard-boiled eggs. So it's kind of like I give myself 2 proteins and then the little salad with the 30 grams of lettuce that I showed you. And next week, hopefully I'll think of it as I have other types of meats with my little salad. I'll just shoot up a picture right before I sit down to eat, just for the visual. My plates are all smaller, and you know, the salad now is on my pink glass, like Depression era pretty type of glass, with the 30 grams. It used to be 60, then it was 50, and now it's 30. Who knows? I could be at 25 or 20 next week, but I haven't planned it yet. And then the bowl or the plate with the meat is like a bread and butter plate or a cereal bowl. Carb, is everything carby? Yeah, it sounds that way, doesn't it? Or sometimes if the ribs are longer, they'll go on a Fiesta salad plate or luncheon size plate. But it's just kind of funny because I'm so used to it. And so I know that when other people see it, it looks like it's different. But there's something about an abundant, smaller plate that works for me than the regular dinner size plate where the things seem to get lost. I mean, you know, and so it's better to have something small like this that goes like that with the meat for me, rather than the dinner plate where it's just these eensy pieces. They look eensy on the plate. So it's all illusions for my delusions, right? So thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto and my Carnivish lifestyle. If you need one-on-one help, I'm really good with the basics, not so much with the, you know, chemist sort of figuring out of things, but it's like, you know, the nighttime eating, the eating and not tracking, the overeating and not tracking, the how do you get rid of triggers and cravings and deal with that, and then the FOMO kind of stuff. Well, I got to do a video on FOMO. What is FOMO? FOMO is fear of missing out. And of course, a lot of us have FOMO, especially this time of year as the standard American diet on steroids types of foods kick in. You don't need them. And like I said, I don't even see them in front of Greg. I just don't see them. They aren't food to me. They're part of what I make for my honey for his dinner, and that's it. There's just I'm not longing for something. I've gotten used to it. There's I said, like, I've got the master's level of squinting down, and squinting is like not seeing somebody else's food, somebody else's goodies in the pantry, their like stash of stuff, their goodies in the fridge that I don't go near, or the freezer. And it just happens over time, because making the commitment to commit is something. And then there's that surrender part. And then there's the no matter what club, right, Blair? And once you're a member of the no matter what club, and Lisa, I hope you're a member, it is a no matter what. You're not sitting there trying to figure out how to shortcut it, how to squeeze it in, how to eat it when nobody's looking, how to cheat yourself out of the feelings that you can have from a nice, clean keto or carnivore way of eating. There is nothing else like it. Nothing tastes as good as an abstinent food day. And you can have them too, and I hope that you do. Thank you so much for watching. KetoCoachingSarah.com if you need my help for habits. And I will see you the next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.